water.
Well, for those of us who have followed the Indianapolis 500 for several decades, it is a welcome sight to welcome John Menard to Victory Lane at Indianapolis for the 500. Welcome, John.
Thank you very much. It's been, it was 40 years ago. I first came down here in 1979, and I didn't know the way in. And I had a big sign that we used to put up over the old garage, and somebody told me I had to have a sign. So I'm dragging the sign, one over here at Georgetown Road, and I'm walking. I didn't know where the entrance was, didn't know enough to go over there at 16th and drive under. So this guy was at the gate, in the yellow shirt was standing there, and he said, "Where are you going with that sign?" I said, "I want to get in the garage area." He said, "I'll open the gate for it." So he unlocked the gate and let me in. I didn't have a credential. I don't know where I was going. I said, "Which way is the garage area?" I think he thought I was crazy, but we had a good time. But that was the first time I was here, 40 years ago. Been trying ever since. You want to see some stubborn, stupid guy? Here you go. Great fun.
You won here with a NASCAR race with your son, but and that's family.
That's family.
But this is a different race.
Yeah, that was a NASCAR race, which is pretty distinct from this race. That was probably the highlight of my personal racing claims because it was my son that won. But this ranks right in there. I'll tell you what, this is a good deal. And I can't thank Team Penske. I can't thank the Indianapolis Motor Speedway enough for all the great memories and times and over the years that we've had here. It's amazing.
Does Simon know he now has to make an appearance in every Menard store across the country?
I think he already has. Most of them anyway. Roger's going to cut the ribbon though on our new store in Michigan, which is right near his office. He says, "I will cut the ribbon for the opening." So I said, "Great. I don't know how much he's going to charge me." I'm talking about that.
Bring him to Cleveland when you're doing your Menard store too. I mean, he's in Cleveland, ain't it?
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
Absolutely.
We got to get him started small though. One store, then we'll ask about the second one.
Question here in the middle for Jenna.
Hey John, congratulations. You opened by talking about your history here and your love of this place. So how do you feel now to see Menards and Victory Lane at the greatest spectacle in racing?
You ever watch that movie called The Candidate, where the guy works and works and works, he finally gets elected? It's after the election, he won, he's in the hotel room, and he gazes into the mirror and says, "What the hell do I do now?" That's a little bit like I feel. We'll go try to win another one.
Do you go to Charlotte now?
Yeah, I'm going to if I can.
Okay.
We'll see how this plays out.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Question here in the front. We may have one, Mike. Tim, you may have to come to me.
John, what's your take, or what's your on Simon Pagenaud? Just what makes him special from your vantage point?
Wow. Well, first, Simon is just one wonderful human being. I mean, if you get to know him, you'll love him. And second of all, if you watch the last few laps of this race, as a race car driver, Simon's really, really good. I mean, Rossi's really, really good. And that could have ended kind of badly in turn 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, a lot of other places. And it was just playing good racing. Two really talented guys, and they were just going after each other, back and forth, back and forth. And Simon doesn't give up. He's the real deal.
Question over here on your far right.
John Harville, New Mexico Motorsports Report. Yeah, hi. Sorry, I forgot my question. Next one.
That's okay, I forgot the answer. I'll drink water on that.
Anyone else for Johnny's in a very happy mood and 40% off at all stores.
Hey,
A lot of lumber today, so a lot of lumber.
All right, I remember.
What was it? Win on Sunday and sell on Monday. That's right. Thank you, Roger. Great job for you.
We have Roger Penske has joined us along with Kyle Moyer, the strategist. Congratulations, Captain. As I think you said, he won that one.
Well, I'd have to say, I've been here many years, and the last couple of years, some of the past shift, that'd be over. I've been out a couple of times, but that fight at the end, you knew we were building up to something with 15 laps to go, and they take the cars that are out on the lead lap and put them in the back. It really sets up for an amazing run and good, clean racing. You see how close it was. It could have gone one more lap, it could have gone the other way. So, you know, to Kyle Moyer, Kyle's the man that ran that pit, and Ben Bowlby, the engineer, they're the ones that deserve the credit, because we come here with 4 cars, we're all on a particular car, and these guys were the winners today. And I tell you, Simon arrived here this month, I don't know, it was May 1st or May 10th, and he never left until today, so it's a tremendous situation. I got a call from the president as we were in the winner's circle. We'd been down there with Joey, and he congratulated me. He said, "I must have been your good luck charm." He was in Japan, and Simon had a chance to talk to him, so hopefully he'll get a invite to the White House.
He did, he tweeted it.
Did he really?
He
Oh,
invited you. Yeah.
pretty good. That's great.
Well, in case John Menard takes off for the NASCAR race soon, can you talk about him winning his first Indianapolis 500 and how much that must mean to you too?
Well, John and I have been around here for a long time, haven't we? I've watched him, he watched me, and a couple of years ago he said, "Look, maybe we do better together." Finally, it took a couple of years, but John, you know, see the Menards logo, and certainly your excitement and commitment to the sport for so many years, it's terrific. And we could bring home a winner with you and you with our guys, it's just tremendous. You got a great brand, you're a great person, your family, and you know, obviously Paul is a key guy on our team down in the South, so we can't say enough. You got Indy, you got the Brickyard, and now you got the 500. Where are you going? And you also you got the road race.
Yeah, we are.
Triple header. Think about that. All 3 is won. Pretty good.
Kyle, you look a little stunned just a little bit. Are you surprised at how this came to be?
Yeah, it was it was a weird day because, I mean, we had a really good car, and then we put him out front, and, you know, I thought maybe for a little bit maybe we were going to not do the fuel mileage right, we were just going to get the most laps lit, and that was it for a while, but, you know, then yellow came out wrong, then it came out right and stuff, so, you know, it was sort of like the Grand Prix, we just kept on fighting at it, and, you know, the car came really good toward the end there, and, but all day, I mean, Simon drove brilliant. We'd sort of planned on not trying to drop back, but when you're out front, you just, you know, it's a lot of fuel you're using.
Okay, we'll take questions on the far right.
John Haverland, NM Motorsports Report. For Mr. Menard, you've sponsored so many different things in racing, just countless sponsorships, you know, countless commitment to spending money. Does this feel like something you've kind of been rewarded back now?
Oh, it sure does. This was really, really special. I mean, I've been trying to win this thing for 40 years, to win with Roger. Kyle, I remember Kyle when he was working for Terry Becknell, so that was probably pretty near 40 years ago. And, you know, there's a lot of history, a lot of memory. So, yeah, it's a journey, you know, not a destination sometimes. But this is a good destination.
Okay. Right, Nick Wolfgang.
First of all, congratulations to all 3 of you. I have a business question for you, John. With your sponsorship logo, your company logo, on the race car with a French driver, is there any intention you will expand your business to Europe, maybe to France?
Well, if you examine our name, Menard is a very French name. So Menard is a French name.
Yeah.
And we live in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, which is clear water, right? And my family was from Quebec. So whereas Quebec is a bit closer than France, we'll certainly consider any offers in France when time permits, which I don't think I'll get done in this lifetime.
There's a possibility.
There's a possibility, sure. You bet. We love French.
Tim Mayo here on the left.
Roger, the scuttlebutt, you know, at least among the media going into this month, was that Simon, I don't know, might be in a little bit of trouble as far as like hanging on to his job. And so, number one, was that true? And then number two, just talk about his rebound this month, as you pointed out a while ago.
Well, I don't think that I said anything to the media about Simon. He's on our team. You know, we support our drivers. You've seen that. So that was scuttlebutt. I think that's a good word for it. But, you know, what he did this month, certainly he achieved records in his own personal life and certainly what he'd expected to. And the run today, you know, it's a history book run for me when we think about some of the races we had an opportunity to be in the winner's circle. So, you know, he did a great job.
You're going to need a bigger trophy case. Nate Ryan.
Following up on that, Roger, can you say with certainty that Simon will be back with your team next year? Because you tend to keep guys around to win the Indy 500, right?
What do you think? You want to answer that question for me? Absolutely.
Question here in front.
Hi, Dana with the Indy Star. Can you kind of describe your secret to the dominance these last 50 years at the Indy 500?
It's just one word, it's our people.
Okay. Right. Bruce?
This is for Roger and for Kyle. What is it that, speaking of Kyle at the shop, like the first week of May, he said, we got to win. Simon's got to win. The other guys have won. It's like you flipped a switch on the guy. What was it about this month that has changed the whole dynamic with Simon Pagenaud? Both of you can answer that.
Yeah. It's an easy answer. He's on your back looking at you, and you know, you're on this team for a reason, and the reason is to win. You know, Team Penske's always been winners. That's why I came here. That's why Simon's here. That's why all of our drivers, everybody that works here is for a reason, and that is to win. Because that's our brand we're putting out there. You know, Penske Corp, Team Penske, all of them are winners. So you're expected to win. So when you're not, you got to figure out a way to do it. Simon's done that. I think in this month he's actually forced it on you to show you that, you know, he can win. And like I told you, Bruce, you know, a month ago, I said if he wins one, there's no reason he can't win 5 in a row, because he's that type of driver. Once he gets a confidence built, the GP really gave him confidence, and then the pole did, and so now you got the race.
Roger?
Well, you know, I think that, you know, from my perspective, he came with us the first year, won the championship, that was a little down year. But again, you know, our guys are with us. You think most of the drivers spend, you know, a lot of time, and obviously we thought a lot of it would have been our sports car. Remember, he runs the sports car in the longer races. So, no, I think Kyle's right. You know, we got a great group of people, and, you know, it really is a combination of all 4 drivers. And, you know, it's amazing. If you got numbers, they seem to work here. And there's no question, you know, with Elio and the little accident in the pits, Davidson didn't have a pit speed limiter, and then I'm not sure about Will's call, but we put ourselves out of the race. So again, you know, with Joseph and Simon wasn't going to be beat today. He raced clean, and that's what I have to say about Rossi also. The two of them, you know, for the laps that they ran side by side was as good a racing as we've ever seen here.
On the far right, Michael Knight.
Roger, there was a famous quote attributed to you, I can't remember if it's late 60s or early 70s, when you were having tremendous success in the Trans Am, and you said, we can't just take our press clippings, throw them on the track, and expect the other teams to give us the race win. We have to earn it. There's been a lot of more press clippings since then. Has there ever been anything not written about to explain the success of your organization that you think you wish would have been written?
No, Mike. You know, we're racers. You know, I've heard it too many times. I came here in '51 with my dad, and we put teams together. We got commitments to sponsors like John, and we become almost a family, everyone, and we work together. Because when you walk out of that garage this morning, only one guy can win. But we won as a team today, and I think that's, you know, when I saw Elio and all, they all said the same thing. So, look, this success here, you know, is amazing, but you can't do it without the best people. And again, year after year, and I said it here a couple of weeks ago, that we had over 700 years of experience in our pit, you know, this weekend and this month. So that's what makes the difference, not the clippings. And I hope I didn't say that, but maybe I did. I'm sorry.
Take 3 more: Patrick, Jenna, and Dick Pittman.
Roger, the fierceness of that battle, have you ever seen something like that here at the Speedway? Those last 5 laps, last 10 laps were epic, I guess is the overused word.
You know, we've seen that in Phoenix, I think, on the miles. We've seen that kind of racing. You pass, you get back, and you get yourself in position. But not here. I've seen it's been the last couple of years, you know, the car get out front and they go, but you couldn't get away here. And I think it's a credit, by the way, didn't say much about this, to IndyCar, you know, in the rule package we have today. It's safe. You can see that when the guys got sideways, upside down almost, and yet we could race each other and draft. And I think that's what the fans want. And again, it was a fuel mileage race for a while there. And I tell you, Dixon was in a great position there, probably 9 or 10, 11 laps better than anybody, and that yellow came out. So you never know here until it's the end, and you saw that today.
Kyle, was there a point there towards the end when they were going that hard at it that you can't really see everything from pit lane sometimes? You're kind of glad you couldn't watch the car go all the way around the track?
We were watching.
How nervous were you about that?
I wouldn't say nervously. I mean, I've been on the wrong end of that before, so, where I come in second. So it was good today with him. I think he did a really good job on covering the base. I think he knew exactly what he had 15 laps to go when the yellow came out. We told him, we were fast all day. So I think, Simon drove brilliant there. And I mean, you're looking at a former winner already that you beat, so, Rossi came to the pack pretty heavy, especially when he had the fuel. He had a good car too. So, a little bit of Chevy power there sure helped.
Jenna?
Hey Roger, I got 392 questions for you, but I'm going to limit it to 2. You have won 3 in the last 5, and 5 and 14. Is this the best you've been since the split, you think?
I didn't understand. So.
You've won 3 Indy 500s in the last 5 years.
Right.
And 5 and 14 years. Is this the best team Penske's been here since the split, prior to the split?
I'd have to say, we came back, you remember, and I think we won 01, 02, and 03, 3 in a row there, which would have been, equal to winning 3 and 5, but it's pretty special. But, I was talking to Michael Andretti before the race, and I said, hey, call me one of us, I hope. I meant that, because he's a tough competitor. Kyle knows he worked with him, and they've done a great job building as many cars. Obviously, he was certainly disappointed, I'm sure, to see Herder go out early on. It's just, this place just gets you. And it either comes true or you go home, come back next year. That's the problem. You got to wait 12 months.
So you've won this 18 times. I'm wondering, what does it feel like for you watching those final, 5 lead changes in the final 13 laps? What is that like for you?
Well, can I tell you, I didn't know if we were going to win. I didn't know until the car came off the 4th corner. I was watching it on a monitor like everybody else was, but I felt the fact that he couldn't get by with about 2 laps to go, or down into 1. It seemed like he pulled out a little bit there in the draft, and I think the tires were getting dirt after getting in the dirty air, and I think that then I saw that we had it. But going down the back straightaway, he came up on him, and the good news is that the start-finish line isn't down in turn 1. It might have been a different story.
And now will you go to Charlotte?
No, I'm going to watch Charlotte.
Last question.
John's going to Charlotte.
From Dick Midland.
Roger, can you compare your feelings today to your first victory a half a century ago? Or it seems like.
Well, Mark Donahue was special. We came here in '69, 50 years ago. And, our goal was to win the race. And, Mark was an engineer. I think we brought a lot of different thoughts to the Speedway as far as technology and aerodynamics. We won in '72 and had Mears in '79, and that kind of started us. But, it's hard. The only thing I remember about '72 is I lost Mark Donahue. That's a big difference in winning a race here. And I guess you'd have to say, I'd rather him back than win a race. So, to me, this is tough. But, this win here today for Simon and our 50th, it goes down in the record book. But as I say, it's not me. It's all the people that we work with day in and day out that make it so good.
Congratulations, Roger, Kyle, and John. We'll maybe see you back here next year.